All right, personal brand versus being an influencer. I have very strong feelings on this. Why I have strong feelings on this is because I have about 30,000 posts on social media. This across TikTok, podcast, it was kind of YouTube, Instagram, X, everywhere. When people put that much effort into social media, obviously they want to have influence. I didn't put 30,000 posts out there for nobody to see them.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken me a long time. I mean, my Instagram's really catching traction now. We're going up about 1,000 followers a week. It's awesome. It feels really good. X has about 30,000 followers.
Can we, for a nanosecond,
Yeah.
and that's my new words
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
today. You said it's taken a lot of work.
So much.
And because I know there are people listening, I really want to emphasize that. So if for anybody listening, if you're in the middle of it right now and it feels like it's a lot of work, good.
Should be.
Good.
I created an SOP for ECA mentees. My chat GPT went through my last 2 years of Trello, Slack, Google Calendar, everything, and it created KPIs and SOPs that I have followed for 2 years, covering everything. Like, everything's in my calendar. If it's not in my calendar, it doesn't exist. It's not real. If it's not on my Trello, it doesn't exist. It's not real. If it wasn't in my Slack, it doesn't exist. It's not real. And I create SOPs and KPIs for ECA mentees. They're all going to get access to these by the time this podcast drops. They have access to this, and it shows how much fucking work this takes.
Yeah.
So when you say, not you who's listening to this, when you say, I want to have a $3 million business, I want to have a bunch of leads, I want to have this, you don't fucking understand.
Get ready to cry.
It's awful.
Get ready to cry.
It's
Get
awful.
ready to have the most confusion you've ever
much.
had in your life. Get ready to feel immense pressure. And literally a great way to mimic the kind of work it's going to take to get to wherever you want to go is go to the gym and push yourself harder than you've pushed yourself every day.
Yeah.
If you go to the gym every day and aim for a PR in whatever you're doing, then you're ready to have a $3 million business.
You know what's funny? ChatGPT identified that as the second most highlighted item in my 2-year Google Calendar span that's in the SOP for the ECA mentees. If you're not actively looking at the things that are fueling your body and your nutrition, and if you're not actively exerting your body into the gym, then you don't actually want these things. That it's like we mentioned in the last episode. When you start the day with a really freaking hard workout, whatever gets thrown at you in the meeting, whatever gets thrown at you from an employee, it doesn't matter. So the personal brand versus the influence. I look at all these people who go to 100, 150,000, 500, 3 million. I dated a girl with 2 million followers. We dated for a couple months. And she's just amazing girl. It wasn't something that was ever public. I'm not sure how many people will be able to like find who it was if they're curious. She didn't have any money. Fuck, you got 2 million followers, you ain't got no money. How the fuck? How are so many of my friends who, these were people who I was friendly with when I was more in the influencer role, how so many of you guys have 250,000 followers and, I mean, respectfully, you're living in shitholes. How does this happen?
Well, it's a good question. I think that's because that was the goal.
It's influence versus brand.
And that was the aim. There is a very big movement, as we're aware, and a population of people who are very interested in having followers.
They mean nothing. They mean nothing.
Well, followers can become a currency. Money is a currency.
So that's where brand comes into play.
Totally agree.
Not many men with 50,000 followers have a $3 million business. I might be the only one. Like, I don't know of anyone else who has that.
Because you're
Influence.
a maximizer.
I'm a maximizer.
And you're also focused. It wasn't a spray and pray. It wasn't, hey, everybody follow me.
Yeah.
It's...
I have content for that too, though. You should, in a not weird way at all, like I have a folder on my phone, a photo album. These photos will never get posted. From when I'm in a prep or when I'm super shredded or when I just look insane. Like eye candy. Like sex appeal. I could post all of those. I could get thousands and thousands of likes on these. Like some of these photos look insane. Some of these, but those people don't buy mentorship. Those people don't buy high ticket coaching service. Brand, so that's influence, is if I posted all these things. I looked good. I wanted people to follow me for negative intentions. I wanted to get a whole bunch of girls from Instagram. I would post these things. That's being an influencer. It's not having influence, it's being an influencer. What's the trend? Dude, I have a new social media team that's been helping me with some stuff. For the first time ever, I'm looking at trends, but trends on LinkedIn. What's trending on LinkedIn? And I'm going to bring that to Instagram. I'm going to bring that to YouTube. No one else is fucking doing this. So I'm putting you guys on some sauce here. No one else is doing this. What's trending on LinkedIn? I'm bringing it into mentorship content for Instagram. That's brand.
Well,
so brand, let me finish this real fast because this is a challenge I have for you. And in
I'm
2025, you and I are tackling this.
I'm ready.
You helped me go from 1 to 3. I'm going to help you go from no social to social. Brand. I don't know how much Casey and Leslie want me to share. Since I've joined Imminent, things have gone well, very well. Biggest month is going to be hit across the board everywhere. We made it official in December. We made it openly official. It was official amongst us in September. That's when we started getting to work. I started ECA, 100 mentees in 4 months. High ticket deal. That's brand. That's not influence. That's brand.
Yeah.
Brand is everything I put my name on. People have trust because for 11 years and 30,000 posts, I've been accurate when I haven't been accurate. Phil Viz gives me props for this all the time. He goes, "You're the only person that ever says when you're wrong and how wrong you've been." And I changed my opinion. I put that out and that wasn't correct. I didn't delete it. There's posts on Grow Die Podcast. There's shows that I don't agree with anymore that are still out there that I've gone back on. That's brand.
Well, it's yeah, and what you're speaking to is brand is authentic.
Authenticity is the next word I was going to say.
And that's something I struggle with. I struggle to be. I'm kidding.
I was like, no,
actually,
you don't.
what's funny? Here's what I love. This it is a very serendipitous moment. So I used to own a marketing firm.
Yeah.
Marketing firms help with brand.
Yeah, they do.
When I exited my marketing firm, I was like, I'm never doing that again. And here we are. I have lived up to that. And now I'm very well aware. I mean, we have a beautiful brand in that our reputation is, very good. I mean, our clients speak very favorably about us. Is there somebody that doesn't like us? Of course.
Of course. Someone
turns out
me on social media.
Well, it turns out our business is full of humans. Yeah. So that's just going to be the case.
Okay. I need to challenge this one before I lose it.
Tell me.
Your powerful brand, if we're looking at powerful brands, you want to compete against Apple? You want to compete against Google? You want to compete against all Elon's brands?
No.
Then you have to have a personal brand. Personal brand allows you to scroll through. You're on Facebook. Scroll through Facebook. I'm not super familiar with Facebook platform now. If you're scrolling on Instagram after you just watched TV, and on TV you had Coca-Cola, and then you had Clorox, and then you had Porsche, and then you had, okay, now I'm pull up my phone and I'm gonna go on Instagram, and I'm gonna scroll on Instagram, and that's an influencer. Oh, here's Justin, I like his stuff. Let me watch this. Why the fuck they stop and watch mine? Because personal brand, they didn't watch the Porsche commercial. They didn't watch the Clorox commercial. They didn't watch those companies. If we're competing brand for brand, if I'm making ECA on the same level as Apple, I'm going to get fucking trampled. Because it's not because Apple makes you stop and watch. It's because Apple is in front of you. Every good, there's a fucking billboard. Oh, that one's the Sprouts. There's a billboard right over here on the east side, probably right above our head.
Probably.
The Apple
The drone would have found it.
The drone would have found it. See? 130 feet up. Apple has that fucking logo everywhere.
Yeah.
I can't come. ECA's logo can't come. Exactly. ECA's logo can't compete with Apple. If I put ECA logo and Apple logo next to each other,
Yeah.
no one fucking knows what this is.
Yeah.
But personal brand, if I put my face or my voice and you're going to play that next to an unbranded Apple commercial, my people are going to recognize me and not the unbranded Apple commercial. That's where personal brand comes in. We don't have to worry about leads. We don't have to worry about, because people align with me. With this, I put out some unpopular shit. And like for you and your industry, like you want to stand out somehow. Most people won't put out, I don't have political beliefs to put out. If I was involved, I would talk about my political beliefs openly on social media because it made me stand out. I'll talk about my crypto beliefs. I'll talk about my fitness beliefs, my way that humans should be beliefs, the way that men over 30, I think they should be on testosterone, women should be taking progesterone. I'll put out beliefs on westernized healthcare, and like that's brand. And what this does, Nickie, is everyone who unfollows me or everyone who doesn't like me, they were never going to buy my product for me to have impact on their lives. Anyways, the last note before I hand it to you. Just did a call with one of my mentees in ECA. I had no idea. She has 2,100 followers. So I thought she's hopping in. She's going to build. She's already doing 30K months. At 2,100 followers?
Nice.
As a fitness coach?
She's my kind of girl.
Dude, you're an animal. No one else on 2,000 followers is making 30K a month. But her personal brand, every day, she does two things. One, she goes live on Instagram. People go live on Instagram and they'll only get 28 people in the room. Nickie, if 28 fucking people came in this room right now, 28 qualified people came in this room right now, you and I would eat. You and I would eat.
Yeah.
28 qualified people. These people are going to her Instagram live every single day. 28 people, 15 people, 5 people. She's going to show up and she's going to ball out. If you had 5 qualified people put in front of you right now, you would ball out. I came to your event.
Yeah.
Where you had 30 people in the room. Mm-hmm. Dude, that room was packed. Mm-hmm. So people are chasing influence, but they don't realize they want to have personal brand. Influencers make a little bit of money on brand deals and not much. Dude, I could do a whole podcast segment on that. I deep in that world and rich in knowledge in that world. Personal brand, Nickie, you could have a killer personal brand. And in that personal brand, I mean, you don't have to worry about leads. Sales take care of themselves. Leads take care of themselves. They just come in through the funnel. And I challenge people to have personal brand. Oh, so the second thing she does, my bad. The second thing she does, Instagram Live every single day. The first person shooter every single day. Posted on her as a reel on Instagram. This gets shared to TikTok. This gets shared to YouTube Shorts. She has no long form YouTube content. She has 30-something subscribers on YouTube. People think these numbers matter. The amount doesn't matter. How authentic you're being, that matters. So for me, after this podcast, when I pull up Instagram, I'll be at 53K. So it's 52.9 coming in, will be at 53. I have 53,000 people that are following me because they like my beliefs. That's a fuck ton.
Or they like your perspective. They may agree with you. They may not agree with you.
Very good point. They like my perspective.
They're
not
open
my
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a great.
What do you think about that?
It's making me uncomfortable, and I appreciate it. I have a strong desire to impact as many people in the world as we can, and I was asked in a dinner meeting recently what I hope my obituary says. Mm-hmm. And I hope when I die that there is a room full of people that say, because of Nickie because of Nickie's company, because of Nickie and Eric, whatever, that I did what I always dreamed of that I wasn't sure I could do. And that is what motivates me. What I have shied away from is I haven't, like, even right now, I feel such tension because I don't need the attention. Like, I dream of being in, I could go to, what's it called? Moody Center. You know, 50,000 people, probably more. And I could get on stage and I could speak to that entire group of people.
Yep.
And that would feel amazing as long as I know that they leave ready to take new action. I don't need any of the attention. And so what's happening right now is I'm at this crossroads where I think they go together. And I think I need to be okay with the attention and know that that kind of attention is what's instrumental in order to be able to have the impact. And I just like that's part of my identity shift that I need to evolve into. So you're pushing me and I like it.
You strike me as somebody who the words like philanthropist and humanitarianism and all of those, they get thrown around a lot, but you're somebody who wants to see, you want the human race to move forward. I want the human race to move forward. And that's a motivating factor for me to, well, if my voice isn't in people's ears, then I see the shit that is getting thrown at everybody on Instagram, on X is pretty dope. TikTok, Instagram mainly. When you turn on the news, when you are disconnected from anything that's not like real world interactions with people, you having attention would make the world a better place. And not everybody has that. And I'm not sure how much, I think that means something to you. I mean, your biggest motivating factors, like you want you and Eric to have a dope life and never have to worry or be whatever. You want your people to be well taken care of. You having attention on you, it would do that.
I'm not scared of the attention. I have been careful because I don't need it for the attention's sake. And so that's what I've really been reconciling.
Yeah.
I only whatever I do next, and as we continue to move forward, I only care that it is emitting positivity and impact on others. Yeah. Now, if that means that something needs to, right? Newton says for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. So I need to go into that with the awareness that something could come back to me. I'm curious. You said, and I think this isn't a challenge for me, I think this is a challenge for anybody listening, and challenge accepted. So I would love you talked about power and brevity. What is the one sentence way that you would frame this challenge?
Get really fucking comfortable being uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm ready to do that.
Out there.
I'm doing that every day. All right. Now, what is the one sentence way you would challenge around personal brand? What is the one sentence challenge around personal brand that you have?
One sentence around personal brand that can challenge.
Because you said you have a challenge for me.
You start growing it now, reap the reward soon, or someone else who has a similar offer to you is going to take that. And you're not going to get those people. and it would suck to see the competition win.
I love that. I think we just did some reverse coaching.
It would suck to see the competition win. I can't let the competition win. You can't either.
I can't either. No, you just tapped into the part of me that is let's go.
There's other people. I mean, I don't follow any of them, but I can find people that are your exact competition who probably have 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
And 10,000.
Well, we've built a pretty beautiful business on 40 followers.
So imagine.
We're doing okay.
Imagine if what's 40 to 10,000? Is that 200?
It's different.
25, 250x, whatever it is.
Yeah, I think so.
250x more. That's 250 times more leads. That's if you have a company that, these are not Nickie's numbers. If you have a company that does $1 million with 40 followers, and you take that and you 250x it, then that revenue has to go up. I mean, it would have to go up at least 20.
There's
with bad sales, with a 10% close rate, you go up at least 20.
I mean, it's so true.
Terrible.
And here's what I'm taking. So I'll be the coachee today.
Yeah.
My takeaway is that it is time for me to get even more uncomfortable.
Get even more uncomfortable.
Fine, Justin.
And I think, Nickie, you have a perfect space in your home to set up.
In our hug.
Set up in your hug.
In our hug.
Set up a mic.
Yeah, we do.
Set up a camera.
We do.
And just let it rip.
Or
the
office.
I'm going to share somebody with you after this who I feel you might be kind of aligned with. I want you guys to start watching his stuff. Maybe replace you're not watching the news much anymore. Maybe fit in where you can watch some of his stuff.
Yeah.
He has a similar offer as you. No shit. He did 13.6 last year. He just broke it all down on YouTube.
Great.
I'm going to give that to you right here.
I love it.
I think the guy's awesome.
Well, let me, all right. So thanks, Coach. Here's what I learned. You reminded me of, in this old book that I refer to often with clients that we do various work with, the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing.
Okay.
You reminded me of the law of the category. Mm-hmm. And I am an incredibly competitive person. And the law of the category says, if you can't be first, create a new category.
I love that.
Well, I think we are creating a category. And now we need to be on the platform that can help people know that that category exists and that we're the ones in it. The fact that you said that there's also a law about being first.
Yeah.
And there is something raw, unique, and novel about my brand.
Yeah.
And sharing that with the world makes it possible for me to be first and for me to win. And I love to win.
My last note I want to leave with you real fast while it's on here. There's no competition when you're elite, and you're elite.
Yeah, thank you.
So even if you're not first,
I'm not last.
ECA, I guess, is the first. It's not the first mentorship ever, but it's one of one because we're the only ones doing the business and the skill set side.
Yeah.
When you're elite,
yeah,
there's no competition when you're elite.
Yeah.
If you think there's a saturated market in online fitness coaching, because that's what I know best, it's just because you're not elite.
Yeah.
When you're elite, there's no competition, and you're elite. The issue is not enough people know about Modus 9 and how elite Modus 9 is.
That's true.
Because we're not on these social platforms yet.
So my commitment to you is that I will, in fact, be auditing how uncomfortable I am, and I'm going to make sure it's more uncomfortable than I am now.
I love that.
Thank you, Justin.
Grow or Die fam. There's a very limited number of Grow or Die sessions left. This podcast will undergo a little bit of a rebrand to be more aligned with the Elite Coaching Academy. Nickie's going to be on social soon, and I'm really excited for that. I hope you guys loved this episode, and we'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
Peace, y'all.
Bye, y'all.